Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's class, Wellness Made Simple. And the whole goal of tonight is really to empower you to make the right decision for yourself, for your family, how to take better care of it. Because our health is our responsibility, right? We can't just what is in the media. We can't trust what big pharma or whatever anybody is saying. It's something that you and I need to take responsibility of. And the whole idea of tonight's class and any class that you attend of us is really number one to help maybe use the products, learn how to use the products that you've already brought from the Terra better in your life to really to be able to support your family the best way you can. But also for those of you who's new, never, even gotten any of these oils yet and sitting on the sideline and wondering, does this oil really work? So my name is Marty Kruger. For those of you who don't know me, I am from Bloemfontein. I'm a mom of two teenage, beautiful, handsome boys, wife of one. And for the last 6.5 years, doTERRA has become this when I look at any product that I bring into my home. It's a product that I trust, it's a company that I trust, and I'm forever grateful to be on this journey because this has opened my eyes to what is around us. And it's opened my eyes to what is so powerful in nature that God has given us to take care of ourselves. So take out your pen and paper, make notes, use the chat box. You're going to learn from myself and all of these incredible leaders that you see on here who is so passionate about helping you to make the right decisions to take care of your family. So I'm going to hand over to Nunette, and every presenter is going to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about themselves. So thank you for joining us tonight. We really do appreciate it. Thanks, Nunu.
Thank you, Marty. Good evening, everybody. As Marty said, I'm Nunette, and I actually know everything about oils that there is to know. I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'm learning every day as we go along. I'm learning something new about essential oils. So doTERRA is very close to my heart. It's a passion that I get to live out. I love sharing all the health benefits with everybody, and it has really, really changed my health and my family's health. So, a question for you. Have you ever been to a store and then you pick something from the shelf and it looks so nice, the packaging is nice, everything is beautiful, you open it, you smell it, and you're like, okay, this could work. And then you turn the label, you turn the bottle around and you look at the label and suddenly you're like, what is all of this? And that's the thing. When it comes to our wellness, we don't just want to put something on our skin that looks good or even just smells nice. We want something we can actually trust. Because it's not just about buying a product, it's about what we are putting on our skins, in our homes, on our bodies, and around our families. And this is where doTERRA is different. doTERRA doesn't rely on pretty bottles or good marketing. They've built their name and quality and transparency. Every oil is tested through something called CPTG, and we will talk about that just now, which means there's no fillers, no hidden ingredients, no shortcuts. What's on the label is actually what is in the bottle. So instead of that disappointing moment when you flip the label, you actually feel confident knowing you can use this product. And what I really love is that doTERRA goes beyond just the product. They care about your entire journey, where the plants are grown, how they are harvested, how the oil is distilled, all the way until it reaches you. It's not just an oil for them, it's a process that you can actually trust. And instead of me trying to explain it all to you and going into science stuff and like, let's watch a short video clip to show you exactly how and what happens from source to you. And after the video, I'm going to explain a little bit more about what essential oils are.
doTERRA provides the highest quality pure essential oils the world has to offer, from the source to you. With a focus on purity and potency, our sourcing team searches the planet, identifying the best sources and partners for each essential oil. This global botanical network of trusted growers, harvesters, and distillers allows us to source over 100 different essential oils from more than 40 countries. doTERRA works directly with local growers and harvesters to ensure they are empowered and paid fairly for their care and work. We join these communities in creating and supporting jobs through sustainable sourcing practices. We also invest in infrastructure and training and serve communities through humanitarian projects in coordination with the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation. After an essential oil is distilled, it undergoes rigorous third-party testing. This CPTG standard guarantees that each essential oil is pure and contains no added fillers, synthetic ingredients, or harmful contaminants. doTERRA essential oils are the most tested and most trusted in the world, making them safe and effective for you and your loved ones. From the source to you.
Okay, so moving on to our next slide, let's start at the very, very beginning. So once upon a time, in a land far, far away, I'm just kidding, I'm just pulling your leg. So if we don't understand what essential oils are, we won't fully appreciate how amazing they really are. So what are essential oils? They are basically the natural protective compounds of a plant, the part that helps the plant survive, heal, and adapt to this environment. And when you use essential oils, we're borrowing a little bit of that plant power for ourselves. Have you ever picked a lemon from a tree, and when you touch the skin of that lemon, you feel that oily? Well, that is an essential oil. Now, here's the incredible part. Our bodies are designed to respond to these natural compounds. Essential oils are made up of tiny, tiny molecules, which means they absorb quickly and can start working fast. That's why sometimes you smell an oil and instantly you feel calmer, or you apply it to your skin and you feel the relief within moments. It's not magic, it's just a really clever design. Now, let's look at what makes the doTERRA oils really, really different. You'll see on the screen there's 4 little letters that says CPTG. It stands for Certified Peer Tested Grade. And really what that word means is that what's on the bottle is what's inside the bottle. There's no fillers, no fake ingredients, and no hidden nasties. Because if I'm using something on my skin, in my home, or even my body, I want to trust it, right? So doTERRA tests every oil multiple times to make sure it's pure, safe, and effective. And that's why quality matters so much, especially when we talk about using oils in different ways. Now for the fun part, how do we actually use them? Well, there's 3 main ways. Aromatic, which is just a fancy word for you can smell it. Ways we can use it aromatically is that you can diffuse it, or you can put it in your hands and inhale it from your hands or directly from the bottle. Your sense of smell connects straight to the brain, which is why oils can affect mood, emotions, and even support breathing so quickly. Topically, which is just another fancy word for applying it. We apply oils to our skin for targeted support, like sore muscles, tensions, skin concerns, and we usually dilute with coconut oil for sensitive skin. So where do we apply oils? Where all our pulse points are. Here at the back, at the base of our skull, over our heart, in the palms of our hands, and where you have discomfort. And the last one, internally, which is a fancy word for drinking it, taking it under your tongue, or in a bit of water. Note that you do only ingest oils that you can touch, like doTERRA oils. So when we take oils internally for things like digestion, immune support, and overall wellness, easy peasy. So really it's simple. You smell it, you apply it, or you drink it. 3 simple ways, but very powerful benefits from that. And once you start using it, you realize these tiny bottles can make a really, really big difference. And with that, I'm handing over to V, who's going to tell us all about our first oils, the beginner's trio.
Hi, everybody. So, all right, if you are brand new to essential oils, you're probably thinking, just tell me where to start without overwhelming me. This is it. I call these three your little wellness superheroes: lemon, lavender, and peppermint. If you only had these three oils in your home, you would already have so much support. Let's start with lemon. Now, lemon is like your cleanup crew inside your body, outside your body, even your mood. It helps you support your digestive system, flush out toxins, and even gives your body that fresh start feeling. And emotionally, it's like opening the curtains in a dark room. You know that feeling when sunlight comes in and everything just feels better? That's lemon. Then we have lavender. Lavender is your calm everything down oil. Burns, bites, rashes, stress, sleep. Honestly, this oil is like one of your friends who says, shh, it's gonna be okay. If you have kids, this one is gold. If you struggle to sleep, this one is gold. And if life feels a bit chaotic, this one is gold. And then on to peppermint. Now, peppermint is your wake up and fix things quickly oil. If you have a headache, peppermint. Nausea, peppermint. Hot and bothered, peppermint. It cools, it soothes, and it works fast. I always say peppermint is like the friend who doesn't talk much, but when they do, they solve the problem immediately. Now, here's where it gets really exciting. When you combine these three, that's when the magic really happens, especially for things like sinus and allergies. Let's talk life for a moment. You wake up in the morning, your nose is blocked, your head feels heavy, you're breathing like a mouth breather from a movie scene. We've all been there, correct? So here's a simple support option. You can take these three oils in a veggie capsule, lemon, lavender, and peppermint every few hours if needed. And just think of it supporting your body from the inside out. But now let me show you my favorite trick. We call it the sinus bomb. And don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. You just take a cup of hot water. You put in a few drops of peppermint, lemon. You can even add oregano and tea tree for extra support. Then, very important, close your eyes. Please do not skip that part. Lean over the cup, breathe in slowly through your nose. And I even like to put a towel over my head for extra support. And let me tell you, at first you'll be like, whoa, this is strong. And then suddenly your nose opens, your head feels lighter. You can actually breathe again. And you're like, ah, I forgot what oxygen feels like. It's simple, but it's powerful. And the best part is that you're not masking any symptoms. You're actually supporting your body to do what it was designed to do. So if you remember anything from the slide, remember lemon cleans, lavender calms, peppermint cools, and together they are your go-to trio for everyday life, especially when sinus and allergy season hits. And trust me, once you start using them, you cannot stop. You won't want to go a day without them.
Thank you so much, V. I totally agree. I do not know what I will do without those three oils. They are with me literally all the time. So let's talk a little bit about breathing, right? We just heard from V about breathing in these incredible oils. And I mean, how important is getting good, clean air and enough oxygen support to your lungs? Like, it's one of the most important things, right? And if you've never ever struggled with that, you might not understand. But let me tell you from somebody who's really struggled for a very large part of my life, the moment you can't get enough air into your lungs, not only does that affect, your breathing, but you start panicking. It is really one of the worst feelings to feel like I'm almost suffocating because I can't get air in my lungs. So my story with Breathe is one of the oils that literally changed my life in so many ways. So when I got started with these oils 6.5 years ago, I had no knowledge of oils. I didn't know that these oils were really going to change my life in such an incredible way. And as I started to use these oils and I learned more because I couldn't stop learning, I couldn't stop watching videos on YouTube, going to Google, going to Pinterest, asking on our community groups. And this incredible oil is actually designed by doTERRA because this is what they do, right? They are a science company. So when they put oils together and they call it Breathe, you can believe it that they did the research, that they did the testing that you and I needed to know that this is to support our lungs and anything to do with breathing. Sinus, asthma, croup, snoring, and all of those things. And this incredible combination of oils like eucalyptus, lemon, is really this absolutely force of nature put together to support us. So how do you use this incredible oil called Breathe? Number one, this oil is not for internal use. It is used aromatically, meaning either inhaling it in your diffuser or putting 1 or 2 drops in your hands and inhaling it. So what happens when we inhale this oil? It goes through our olfactory to our limbic system. So it's going to support our brain, but it's also going to support our lungs. It takes 22 seconds for these oils to reach our brain. And let me tell you, so I started to use this incredible oil. And as I started to use it, I was experiencing that I wasn't struggling so much with my breathing. Where before I used to have an inhaler with me all the time. And even if my husband and my boys just tickled me, they had to stop because I couldn't get air into my lungs. I was really struggling with breathing. And as a result of just using these oils and doing all the work, it was absolutely incredible for me to see that I now have another tool in my handbag that I can support my. So Breathe is one of the most incredible things. It's going to be a game changer. It's one that you definitely need to have in the winter with you. And again, 1 or 2 drops in the palm of your hand, inhaling for a minute or 2 is going to be a game changer. So I'd love for you in the chat box, as we are sharing about these oils, if the oil has made a difference in your life or someone else's lives, please share your stories with us because this is where we all grow and we learn together. Next, I'm going to hand over to Liesel, who's going to take us a little bit further on our journey.
Thanks, Marty, and hello, everyone. Thanks for taking the time tonight to come and chat with us and learn a bit more about these amazing oils. So my name is Liesel. I'm a mom to 2 busy, they're not toddlers, and wife to a farmer. We stay in Lepelale, very far up north, where we usually have hot weather. Even though I'm in my gown, tonight is quite cold. So let's get talking about something we all have experienced, but not many of us really want to talk about. And that's our tummy and the problems that it can give when it's not very happy. Because as we know, when the tummy is happy, life is good. But when it's not, suddenly everything feels dramatic. You're uncomfortable, you're bloated. And when you start questioning your every life choice, was it the coffee, the leftovers, that one risky snack that I found at the bottom of my handbag? And that's where Zengest comes in. This is honestly one of those oils that you always want nearby. Zengest is designed to support your digestive system. So it helps to calm down an upset stomach. It can help reduce gas and bloating. And it just gets everything moving in the way it should. And I really love this because it's not just for one thing. It actually covers a range of those things and the everyday tummy issues we sometimes do experience. So let's look at some real life situations. If there's a stomach bug, you know that feeling when your stomach is just like, we're not doing this today. You can actually support your body with the combination of like oregano, frankincense, on guard, peppermint, and Zengest. It's like giving your body a little backup team to help fight and recover. Then for nausea or vomiting, this is where Zengest really, really shines. You can use it in combination with lemon and peppermint, and it just helps to settle everything. I always say peppermint is that like that cool, calming friend that walks in and says, relax, we've got this. And then diarrhea. Again, not glamorous, but very real. And here is the combination of Zengest with tea tree and wild orange helps support your system and just brings things back into balance. Another thing I really love about this oil is how easy it is to use. You can take it in a veggie capsule if needed, or apply it topically to your tummy. It's so simple, practical, and it works very, very quickly. And honestly, once you start using Zengest, and I have a personal testimony of Zengest, it becomes one of those oils that you don't ever want to be without. You use this oil before you feel awful. The moment you start something brewing, this is the oil you reach for. Because if you can catch something like this early, you're already winning. So if there's one oil in your home that just makes the everyday life easier, this is definitely one of them. Happy tummy, happy life, right? And that's it. Nunu, back over to you.
Thank you, Liesel. So let's talk about something we all have, but usually only think about when we start feeling awful, and that is our immune system. So your immune system is basically your body's defense team. It's working behind the scenes every single day, fighting off viruses, bacteria, and all the things that shouldn't be there. Do you remember those little army men when we were small that we all used to play with? Think of On Guard like that. So your immune system is basically, as I said, your defense team. So, and how does it start working? When it's working well, you barely notice it. You have energy, you recover quicker, your body feels stronger. But when your immunity is low, oh my goodness, then you feel everything. Suddenly you are very exhausted, your throat starts scratching, everyone around you is coughing, and your body feels like waving a little white surrender flag. And honestly, life is busy enough already. Who needs to be sick? None of us. None of us have the time to be stuck in bed with tissues next to us and a cup of tea we forget to drink after 3 hours. So the real question becomes, how do we support our bodies naturally before we get to that point? And this is where these oils on your screen come in, and they are all amazing. I'm just going to touch on them. First of all, On Guard. This is basically, as I said, your daily bodyguard in a bottle. It's designed to support and strengthen the immune system, help protect against seasonal threats, and it's amazing for things like your sore throat, keeping the air fresh, and even cleaning around the house. And yes, I do clean my floors with On Guard. It's one of those oils you reach for over and over again. And then we have oregano, and this is a very potent one. Oregano is known as a natural antibiotic, and it is incredible for supporting the body against bacteria, viruses, and fungal issues. And you don't have the negative effects of antibiotics that you get over the counter. There's no thrush, no runny tummy, nothing, no side effects. Very important. When you use oregano, use it diluted always. Why, you would ask? Because this is a hot oil, which means you dilute it. You might have burning sensation when you apply it neat on the skin. So a tiny amount goes a very, very long way with this one. And then, of course, tea tree. This is your cleansing and purifying oil. It's amazing for skin support, cuts, scrapes, and helping fight bacteria and fungal concerns. I always say, when in doubt, take tea tree out. So already with just these 3 oils, you can see how powerful natural support can be. But here's where it gets even better. Instead of using them one by one, we can combine them into something incredible with our flute bomb, which stands for frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, and tea tree. And yes, it sounds like flu, but that's for a reason. So this blend is like giving your immune system a full support team instead of just one player. You can use it in a roller blend on the bottoms of the feet and the back of your neck, or internally in a veggie capsule when needed. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. And I love this blend because it takes away the guesswork, especially in those moments when you wake up thinking, uh-oh, something feels like it's coming on. So now, instead of only hearing from me, I'm going to let an expert explain it even better. So this next clip is from Dr. Dave Sauer, and he's going to give you more insight into how these incredible oils support the body and why this approach works so well. And after that, V is going to tell us about the King of Oils.
Bacteria have the ability to change their genetic makeup over time for their own self-preservation. Bacteria have their own defensive mechanism. They produce something called a peptidoglycan layer. It's the equivalent of an M&M shell that's protecting the chocolate on the inside. Now, one of the other elements that bacteria are very, very good at making, and that is something called a biofilm. Biofilm is its own very goopy, slimy mess that it covers itself in. So what's now starting to happen is we are finding that once very useful antibacterial medications are no longer effective at all. What that means for us, we have to use stronger antibacterial medications. We have to use more potent antibacterial medications. That comes at a cost to our own bodies. Melaleuca has the ability to come in and start to modify that sludge and remove it so that the oregano can get to the bacteria. And in oregano, there's a product called carvacrol. Carvacrol will bind to that peptidoglycan and it punctures a little hole in there. Once that hole opens, you start to get a passing of ions back and forth. What that does to the bacteria is it allows it to lyse. It means burst open. And we've now accomplished something very dramatic, and that is by doing nothing more than using 2 simple little plant-based essential oils, you have created a very effective antibacterial solution.
Okay, so frankincense. All right, we're stepping into something really special. If oils had a royal family, this one would be the king, frankincense. Now, I always say if you're going to remember one oil from tonight, remember this one, because frankincense is not just for one thing, it's full body support. And let me explain it simply. Frankincense works on a cellular level, which means it helps your body do what it was designed to do: repair, restore, and renew. And that is why the slide is called renewal and restoration. Some of the things it supports is brain health and memory, skin, especially aging and healing, inflammation in the body, even supporting your vision. And that is why when people have used frankincense, this is why people have used frankincense for thousands of years. It's not a trend, it's a treasure. I always think of frankincense like this. If your body feels a little out of balance, this is the oil that helps bring things back into alignment. Now, this is where we take that powerful oil. We use it in practical, everyday ways because we don't want to just admire it. We want to use it. So let's start with something super relatable, and that is a sore throat. You know that scratchy, painful, it hurts to swallow feeling? This is a simple but powerful support option. You mix your oils in a bit of honey and let it coat your throat. It doesn't just soothe, it does a whole lot more. If you're also adding oils like lemon, on guard, frankincense, and peppermint to that. So it's not just comfort, it's actually supporting your body while it heals. Let's move on to something I call the morphine bomb. Now, don't worry, it's not actually morphine. It just feels like relief when you need it. This blend is amazing for head tension, body discomfort, and that heavy pressure feeling. You take it in a veggie capsule. It helps your body relax, calm inflammation, and just feel more at ease. And then one of my favorite way to use these oils in a topical roller blend. You mix them all into a roller bottle with coconut oil. You apply it to your temples or the base of your skull. This is amazing when you feel tension building, overwhelm, or just needing a moment to reset. What I love about the slide is it's not just the oils that are nice to have, they actually become part of your daily support system. And frankincense sits at the center of it all, supporting your body quietly, deeply, and consistently. So, whether it's your immune system, your skin, your mind, or recovery, this is the bottle. It carries a lot more power than you would expect because sometimes the most powerful things come in the smallest packages.
Right, thanks, V. Let's talk about muscles and joints because this is where life really starts talking back to you. You know those moments when you wake up and you're like, "Oh my goodness, what happened to me in the night? Like I feel like a train ran over me. Did I run a marathon? What happened?" Or when you bend down to pick something up and suddenly it's like, shouldn't have done that. And this is exactly where Deep Blue comes in. I like to call this one the rescue oil because when something is sore, tight, or just not happy, this is the oil you can reach for. Deep Blue is designed to cool and soothe. So it helps relax muscles, can help relieve tension, and then also reduce soreness. And by doing that, you can support recovery. So whether this is from exercise, everyday strain, or even things like menstrual cramps. And the feeling, if you've never tried it, it's that instant moment when your muscles just take a deep breath and say thank you. It's amazing for tight shoulders, lower back pain, sore legs after a long day, sports injuries, and even just that general stiffness that we sometimes pretend isn't there. And what I also love about this is you've got options because you can use the oil, the rub, or the roller. So it's really easy peasy to apply exactly where you need it. Now, if you want to take this a step further, pairing it with copaiba is absolutely next level. Copaiba works more on the inside, supporting your body's response to discomfort, while Deep Blue works on the outside. So together, they truly are like the dream team, one calming from within and the other soothing from the surface. And then you also get the Deep Blue polyphenol complex, which is internal support, helping your body deal with inflammation and discomfort from the inside out. So instead of just masking the problem, you're actually supporting your body on multiple levels. And I honestly think that's what makes this so powerful. It's really not just a quick fix, it's real support. Because let's be honest, whether it's from workouts, running after kids, sitting too long, or just life in general, our bodies do go through a lot. So having something natural, effective, and easy to use just makes life a little bit more comfortable. And once you start using Deep Blue, it quickly becomes one of those things you don't ever want to be without. It's like you don't realize how much you needed it until you have it. Thanks, Ninu. Back to you.
Thank you, Liesel. Okay, so who doesn't love a good promotion? I know I do. I just want to quickly show you what's happening this month because honestly, the month of May is a really good one in doTERRA. First up, our product of the month. When you place 125 PV, which stands for product value, LRP, which stands for loyalty reward program, and Marty is going to tell us in a while how to join that program. When you place an order between the 1st and the 15th, yes, you still have 3 days left in this month. You're getting our On Guard 5 ml absolutely free. Now you have heard all the incredible benefits about On Guard. So this is really one that you do not want to miss out on. So we also have 15% of Helichrysum Touch. Now I call Helichrysum liquid stitches because that's literally what it does. It's such an incredible oil to have. And Zendocrine, our detox oil. So if you've been looking at skin support or wanting to support your body's natural detox process, this is really a great time to grab those two oils. Then this is where I really, really love it, where it gets exciting. At 200 PV, you get the free Copaiba Wellness Trio. Now, Liesel has spoken a little bit about Copaiba. I love Copaiba. This has changed our life so immensely. This is one of those oils that you start using it, you don't want to be without it. It's incredible for calming, soothing, supporting the body with discomfort, and just bringing everything back into balance. And you're not just getting one product, you are getting the full trio, the Copaiba oil, the Copaiba touch, and the soft gels as well. So whether you want to use it topically, internally, or on the go, you are covered. Then something new and exciting. We've got our brand new castor oil, which is amazing for skin, hair, and those deep, nourishing self-care routines. And if you are like me and you have got like curly hair, and your hair gets wet with all the rain, or you go into the winter and all this little hair stands up, just a tip, a little bit of castor oil in your hand, and you put it on your hair, and voila, away with frizzy hair. Now, let's talk about Diamond Club, because this is where the real value comes in. When you enroll this month or you become a member of doTERRA, using a Diamond Club code, you're unlocking free oils on top of your kit, which is going to be spoken about by Liesel in just a moment. So at 100 PV, you get citrus bloom free. At 125 PV, listen to this, you get citrus bloom and our balance blend for free. And at 200 PV, you get citrus bloom, balance, and wait for it, you get the Copaiba trio free as well. So now imagine this, you're already getting your kit at an incredible value, and you've added these extra oils on top, including that beautiful Copaiba support. It's honestly one of the best ways to get started or to help someone else get started as well. So Liesel is going to tell us all about how to get started and how you can get these free oils. So over to you, Liesel.
Thank you, Nunu. Right, so now that you've seen what these oils can do, the big question is, right, where do I actually start? And that's where these two different kits come in. And these are your two main options. But honestly, you can't really go wrong with either. I'm going to help you choose the kit that fits you best. First, we have the Family Essentials kit. This is your perfect beginner kit. It has all top 10 oils, but it's in the smaller 5 milliliter bottles. And it gives you a little bit of everything to start using right away. So if you're thinking, I just want to get started, I want to learn, I want to try things out, this is a beautiful place to begin. Then we have the Home Essentials kit. This is for the person who's like, I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm going all in. I want these things in my house. But here's the difference. It's the same oils, but just in the 15 ml bottles, which means about 3 times the amount more oils, much better value long term, and you definitely won't run out next month. And this is also what I really want you to look at. Both of these kits, hold on. Yes, so but with both of these kits, you are still eligible for the free products. But if you really can, just try the Home Essentials. The Copaiba is something that you cannot be without. So the difference between the two, it's not just saving a little bit of value, it's actually saving a lot. And you can see the difference there. If you know you're already going to be using these oils, the Home Essentials is really the smartest investment. It's more oils for a better price. And if you're still exploring, rather move over to the Family Essentials. Either way, you're stepping into a system that supports your health naturally every single day. So don't overthink it. Just choose the option that feels right for where you are now, and we'll help you with the rest. Thanks, Marty. I'm going to be handing over to you.
Oh, I love that. And I want to quickly ask this in the chat box for those of you who got started with your oils already. If you could get started again today, I want you to help out the people who's either on the class tonight or who's going to watch the recording. If you had the option, let's say 1 is Family Essentials and 2 is Home Essentials, which one would you choose? Because truly, honestly, it's like Liesel says, you will never, ever regret the choice that you make. And it doesn't matter where you get started. But now let's look at maybe you choose one or two and you think, but wait a minute, I heard Liesel's share on deep blue polyphenols, and I read some other comments and I saw some other oils that I'm not seeing in the Home Essentials kit. How do I get those into my home? Now, doTERRA has something that we call our loyalty reward program, and it's really truly what it is, a loyalty reward program. This is where you get to go into your doTERRA shop and you get to buy the products that you use every day to take care of your health, and maybe some products that you use to clean your home with. doTERRA has way more products that we didn't even speak about tonight. We have supplements, we have toothpaste, we have hair care product, we have skincare. And as you fall in love with these products, you are going to want them in your home. So how does doTERRA reward you and us? So first of all, when you join the loyalty reward program, this is a monthly program where you get to choose what you want to buy every single month. And if you buy for a certain amount, which is 50 PV points value, and that is plus minus 1,000 Rand, if you spend that with doTERRA, they start you off with 10% back, 10% on the first 3 months. That is incredible. You can tell me, where do you get the same as that? There's no other company that does this. So your first 3 months, you will earn 10% back. That means almost 100 Rand, plus minus between 70 and 100 Rand when you buy something for your health with doTERRA. Now, doTERRA will then reward you every 3 months when you buy to move up 5% until you get VIP status, which is 50% back in points. That means between 270 to 300 Rand back in points on every 1,000 Rand that you spend with doTERRA. That is incredible. It is so generous. As a matter of fact, I had a client who came today and I helped her place her loyalty order. She's been a loyal client. She buys oils, she uses our collagen, and she uses some other products. And today when she placed the order, she had an incredible order. She paid 2,000 Rand for the products that she wanted, and she got over 4,200 Rand of products absolutely free. Isn't that incredible? She bought Yarrow Pom, which is 2,150, and believe me, that is like silk for your skin. She got that for free with her points, over 4,000 Rand worth of products. So there is no better way for you to get started is to, just start your health journey with doTERRA, and we will support you on this journey. Now, for those of you who's thinking, okay, I want to get started with the Home Essentials kit, and I know already that I want to be on this health journey. My sleep is important. I've been, thinking about all these things that I want to address in my family. I want to tell you about something incredible that doTERRA has just launched, which is called our Fast Track program. And how this works is when you get started, so your first month that you get started, so let's say this is your first month, you have to buy 150 PV points value. The Home Essentials, by the way, is 222. If you want to go for the family kit, you'll just have to add something. Then for the next 3 months, the month directly after you get started, you have to place a certain amount of points. Not only in these 3 months will you get your 10% back, but you'll get an additional 100 in your second month and 25 in your first month for free, which means over 3,000 Rand worth of free points over the next 3 months on loyalty. But you know what happens after month 3? You will actually move up to 30% back in points, which is incredible. So there is no better time for you to get started than right now. But if this doesn't, all make sense yet, sit down with the person who's invited you. Talk about those health goals. Join us next week when V is going to share with us on our wellness overview, and you're going to learn more about this loyalty program. Make that decision to help yourself and your family by staying on track and just joining this incredible loyalty program of doTERRA. I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We hope that you enjoy the information. We can't wait to hear your incredible stories of how these products are changing your lives. And then I want to say thank you for all these beautiful ladies. I'm going to let them greet you all tonight, but thank you so much for sharing from your heart We love and appreciate you.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you for giving us the space to share about these incredible oils. And then I want to give a shout out to somebody who we invited. Hannes invited somebody. Kola, thank you for joining tonight on our Zoom and watching, learning about all the oils. And not only to him, all the other people who joined as well. So from my heart to your heart, be well, be safe. And remember, you have time to get that kit before the end of the month and get those incredible Copaiba products absolutely free. Do not miss out on that. Thanks, Marty.
Thanks, Marty and Nunu and Virginie. It was a great hosting with you guys as always. And I just want to say, just do it. Get your kit, you will not be sorry. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for the information, ladies.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your evening.
Bye.